So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 16,
Already here, they'll audible to something else.
No, no. Ready.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Here's 2nd and 10. A play fake. Now Penix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. To the air, Penix. And complete to Drake London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Falcons at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. To the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. He was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7.
Bronco 80. Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll throw with Penix. Dumps this one off to Algier. Will go down as a gain of 6, and now it's 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. The rookie from Washington putting it right where he needs to. He's got his guys a first down. And looking to throw, Penix. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. Able to slither by. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Robinson will try to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he returns this to the 22. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Hey, alert! Real. Watch out!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. You talk about this Falcon defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
3rd down and 6.
Point it right.
Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
A give left side to Robinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. That's complete to Mooney. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On third down, Robinson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
On the bootleg, it's Penix. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Mayfield with it once more. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Regular. Hey, alert 33. What's up?
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Flushed out right. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's Mayfield. He completes it right side to White. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. And again, it's Mayfield. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And now an audible here into something else. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Robinson with another carry. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, smash Bravo. Bring it. Ready.
Hand off now to Robinson. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They are going for it. Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Second and 6. Throwing, Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Mayfield to throw it. Forced out to his left. And Mayfield will have a first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Mayfield now. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Second and 10. Mayfield on play action. It's caught by Mike Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Now Mayfield. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. David Onyemata. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Floating one, incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
To throw, Mayfield. They'll dump this one off here to White. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. Mayfield. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
to the air. Penix dumps this one off to Algier. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And looking to throw, Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Again, it's Robinson. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Here's Penix. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. they'll just send more and more players towards him.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And remember, this is a running back that fumbled on the previous drive, but fortunately for them, nothing came of it. And I think when that happens, sometimes coaches can lean a little more on forgive and forget. So he's right back out there and running again.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
60 Eagles.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They work now on 2nd and 9. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Mayfield to throw it this time. Rolling to his left. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have to find routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out. End up throwing it short to the running back. Give the defense credit for not giving up any yardage.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 119 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Right back to him on first down. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll run it now with Robinson.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. That's complete to Mooney. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll throw with Penix. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Darnell Mooney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. They do tack on the extra point as well. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied fourth quarter as the kick's away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Irving. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll manage maybe 10 yards, but they'll surrender that defensively, no problem. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now 2nd down and a few inches. They'll go up the middle with White. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Baker. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's 2nd down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And that is no good. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes. So the Bucs going to have a chance to go down and win it. They'll get the ball first here in overtime. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 53 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. What a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Hurry, hurry! Hey, alert 33.
On 3rd down, they go with Irving. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Baker going to give it to Irving. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield, too.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
From the 21, here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's go now.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Run, run, run. What's that?
They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Final minute of overtime. Remember, of course, no double overtime. So it's a tie if it ends like this. It's 2nd down.
Regular, regular, regular. Pistol, pistol, pistol.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
3rd and 12.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Good.
A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And his kick is indeed good, and they will take the lead.